There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're making things that don't look terrible. Alright. 40, it has been a while, and I don't remember my brush size. That's too big. Using the pencil? Maybe I was using the pencil. Oh well. Alright. Oh yeah, that's still quite thick. God, this is gonna be unwieldy for the rest of the games, with how stupid their titles get. Oh. So, Kingdom Hearts, Final Mix. Already talking about it a little bit in the credits. I'll fucking really go over stuff. World. I do think Kingdom Hearts 1 has some of, like, the most... It has some of the most vertical world design. Like, some of the later games do get some verticality to them, but in terms of just actually attempting interesting stuff, this game definitely does the most with it. You know, place like the Hippo Lagoon, place like the Treehouse, Boogie's Manor, other areas, most of Agrabah. You know, there's a lot of verticality to the design, there's a lot of climbing, there's a lot of interesting area design. And they do make good use of the space, too. They put chests in hard-to-reach places, they make things like high jump and glide genuine upgrades to traversing throughout the world, just because you get access to so much more. I think that's really interesting. So, and just like, the Disney worlds are great. The Kingdom Hearts Unique World's pretty good. Traverse Town is fantastic. I gotta sneeze. Alright, I think I'm done dying. Yeah, Traverse Town was great. Hollow Bastion, really cool. End of the World is super neat. I'm a big fan of it all. So, like... world design... Give it like an 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. Story-wise, this is the least fucked, I'd say, of the Kingdom Hearts games. Maybe 2 is a little better, because it's just simple story, well told. But at the same time, I do think some of the later Kingdom Hearts games hit such higher heights in the writing department, even if, you know, even if the gameplay kind of falls flat in a lot of those. So, like, you know, Kingdom Hearts 1, it's an alright story. A kid wants to go find his friends. A duck and a dog dude want to go find a mouse. There's, you know, betrayal from friendships. There's characters who are led astray, tricked. There's a little bit of the idiot plot of just, you know, Riku, why are you trusting the lady who looks like a fucking villain? Oh, it's because she said Sora doesn't care about me anymore. So why don't you talk to Sora? Why don't you just ask him? So, like, there's a bit of that idiot plot in there, which is never good. Characters, I mean, Sora's very principled. He's very, very well defined. Same with Riku. Kairi exists. She's in the game for a bit. Final Fantasy characters, kind of just side characters. I think the big problem is, like, there's not much that the characters actually do throughout the games. Like, the characters have good writing, so there really isn't that much that happens. In terms of the actual story of the game, rather than the story of, hey, we gotta find the princesses. Hey, we gotta go to this world. We gotta close the door. Is King Mickey here? No? Well, shit. I guess we'll help. So, I don't know. Characters, they're just fine. Gameplay, it's good. I already kind of went over it, so maybe I'll just like cut in my thoughts about the gameplay right here, which I guess closing thoughts. Kingdom Hearts 1, still really good. Still got good bosses, good fights. I think it's simple enough that it is still very enjoyable. Combat's good. It's interesting. The magic system is actually really nice in terms of how you get magic. Hey, he's a real boy. Because, like, the more magic you have, the more magic you can spend, the more damage it does. It's all really nice. So it makes speccing into magic rewarding in a really nice way. And then also just, you know, spell cost. Like, they thought about spell cost enough to where they thought, yeah, a fireball probably isn't... It probably shouldn't be as expensive as heal. Probably shouldn't be as expensive as arrow, or gravity, or stop. Because those things do a lot more. And so getting your magic back when you're super low is really fast, which is nice. But it also means if you have a lot of magic, you have a lot of magic for certain spells. But if you are down to like 2 things of magic, and you spend it, you only need to build up a single bar to get a full bar back. So at that point, a fire is worth a cure, which is interesting. Because later games in the series just use a magic bar, and a spell has like, this costs 20, this costs 30, this costs the entire bar. And then it goes on recharge. And I don't think any other game in the series uses a magic system like this. But yeah, physical combat, it's really spammy, but it's always going to be really spammy. We're not playing Devil May Cry here. I think even Devil May Cry gets a bit spammy at times. The abilities are interesting. The fact that you can kind of customize how your playthrough is going to be. Brian Blessed! Love him. James Woods. It surprised me they got James Woods for this back in the day. Well, I guess, you know, Disney. Disney could get anybody. But yeah, just being able to, like, customize the experience gain you need. So if you're going for a short playthrough, you're not going for a level 100. So when I play through this again next time, and I try and beat it in 15 hours, picking the Dawn experience rate is going to be way better, because I might not even hit level 40 by endgame. But even if I do, that's still probably going to be a good enough level for a beginner to finish the game. Meanwhile, the, picking your abilities and stuff, kind of cool. You can prioritize, you know, magic, offense, defense. And with enough magic, you can offset how dogshit the defense is if you give it up. Marketing? They misspell marketing director? It's fucking great. It's spelled right everywhere else. Nice. Enemy design, really cool. There's a lot of variety. And I appreciate how they kind of expand on certain themes. So, you start with the basic shadow, then you go to the soldier, a little bigger, a little more deadly, a little stronger. Then you get the large body, and that gains a new sort of design to it, where it has the front that has brick wall, you can't hit it. And then that kind of gets leveled up to the defender, who cannot be hit from the front at all because of his shield, but his shield also gives him certain attacks. It becomes part of his overall design, rather than just being, you can't hit the front. Now! I don't know how I'm gonna know to do that. I'll just have to try and remember. Anyways, I think I've been talking about enemy design. So you have, you know, the shadow to the soldier, to the large body, to the defender. But then you also have kind of like side grades to some enemies. So you have the soldier to the bandit, the large body to the fat bandit. You have the little magic guys, Red Nocturne, Blue Rhapsody. I need to look up these names. H1FM, Red Nocturne. I think it's Red Nocturne. Hell yeah. The Heartless. Here we go. Yeah, like each world has a soldier variant. Each world has a big dude variant, and eventually you get like flying enemies. The fuck is the Bit Sniper? Oh. Interesting. Blue Rhapsody, the Green Requiem. The Yellow Opera. But yeah, and then you have like your more puzzly enemies, you have the white mushrooms, you have just some really interesting stuff. And then you have like Atlantica, changing up the gameplay. You have Neverland, changing up the gameplay with the flying. And Final Mix does add some more interesting enemies in that they're very different in their execution. So even something like the Chimera, where the fight is basically hit it till it dies, it's still got that interesting mechanic to it where you have to reflect the little heads that come out of it back into it in order to get good damage. Then you have things like the Pink Agaricus, where it's very much a... oh, what is that? Oh, does that just go away if I go to a different window? Why is it? What is causing that? It's not going to a different window. That's weird. Okay. Now, something like the Jet Balloon, where it's more of a little puzzle to figure out. The Geiga Shadows, where you have to play a game of Keep Away. The Black Ballade, where it's actually a puzzle. You have to keep track of which one's which. The Grand Ghost, where healing damages it. Like, they added some cool stuff in Final Mix. It's a cunt for synth farming, but really the most that I would ask is that they give you a second Lucky Strike on every character. On, like, Proud difficulty or something. Just something to make it a little faster. That would be nice. That's all I ask. But yeah, no, enemy design is neat. Placement within the world is good. The different weapons. I do think perhaps there is too many weapons that just become useless, but is it such a bad thing that, you know, the final reward for grinding out enemies is just the best weapon? Is it a bad thing that there's upgrades throughout the game that replace older things? Because you still have something like Lady Luck into Diamond Dust, or Spellbinder into Lady Luck, if you actually remember to get it early in the game, like I did not. So, the weapons are good, the equipment is good, the synth grinding, I don't mind too much. The gummy missions are definitely perhaps the weakest point, but I have had a lot more fun going through them this time, because I just slapped 10 guns onto my ship and just said, fuck you, you're eating 10 shots constantly. And maybe that's enough. Maybe that's good enough. Who knows? So, gameplay-wise, pretty good game. Pretty good game. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Music? I definitely think this game doesn't have enough music. And I say that mostly because KH2 has a ton of music. It's all goated. And, like, I think Worlds have multiple tracks. Worlds have good combat tracks. Kingdom Hearts 1 tends to have what feels like 5-second loops. And that makes me want to lose my fucking mind. Like, going through fucking... Here's the funny thing. When I'm in a world, I'll fucking sing along to the music all goddamn day. Because I remember what the music is. Once I leave that world, that music is out of my head. I can't remember it for life. The Wonderland music, driving me insane whilst I was there. I could not hum a bit of it. But it's all still good music. It's just not... It's not Yoko Shimomura's best work, assuming she was the music for this game. I don't quite remember. Now I'm gonna Google it, because I don't want to feel like a tool. Let's see. What? Oh. Yep, no, that's what I wanted to look up. Yoko Shimomura. He's a composer, primarily known for the Kingdom Hearts series. Kingdom Hearts. That does not really explain. I mean, she's a composer. She's listed for Kingdom Hearts. I'm gonna assume she's the composer for this game. Yeah, it's definitely not... It's not her best one. It's good. It's not amazing, though. Lengthwise, I mean, 33-ish hours to 100% it, although I know what I'm doing. Sometimes. Sometimes there's a boss fight that kicks my ass for too long. But yeah, hit max level, do all the synth, do all the minigames, do all the extra stuff, beat all the bosses. 33 hours. That's not that much time to do a lot of shit. And I feel I like that. And I think the main game itself is, you know, pretty fair, pretty well paced. I'm gonna have to look into, like, what's necessary and what's not, so I can skip shit to beat the game in 15 hours for that one achievement. But I think lengthwise it's good. Good length video game. Jank-wise, usually the Kingdom Hearts games are surprisingly not that jank, which is strange. Like, I think the most jank was just enemies spinning weirdly, Sora clipping into a wall somewhere. I don't know, would you consider something like... Okay, this has been bothering me the entire time. There we go. Something like Ursula's attack targeting dead people? I don't know, that doesn't really feel like jank. It feels kind of deliberate. So, like, as far as jank goes, really not that much. There's a little bit of it. It doesn't get in the way of much, and it's not that funny of jank. And also, DLC. Motherfucker. PS2 out of 10. But yeah, ultimately, I still really enjoy this game. Even though, like, it's been a couple years since I played it. I think playing it again, it still holds up really well. It's a bit mashy, but, you know. It is a fun action RPG game for the PlayStation 2. Wait a minute, I just realized, fucking Final Mix... Final Mix is the DLC. They fucking re-released the game with more shit. The Final Mix editions are actually really good. They fit into the story well. I think they kind of retcon some stuff, but, you know, the new synth stuff, really good. The new enemies, really good. The new boss fight? Is it just the mysterious man? The unknown? Even is it? I don't know. Yeah, Final Mix changed up the difficulties a little bit. Added One-Winged Angel and Diamond Dust, Meteor Strike and Fantasista for Donald, Mighty Shield and 7 Elements for Goofy, a bunch of new abilities, Slapshot, Sliding Dash, Stun Impact, Gravity Break, Ripple Drive, Hurricane Blast, Zentetsuken, Leaf Bracer, which, that not being in base KH1 is fucking wild. Tech Boost, Encounter Plus, Evolution for Goof Boy. Why is there a star on that? There's only one result page. What the hell? Weird. A bunch of new accessories added. The experience items for grinding were added. That's huge. New synthesis materials for the new enemies. Yeah, you can skip cutscenes. That is fucking wild. New Ansem reports added. Orichalcum can be purchased from the shop rather than being grinded from enemies. Donald and Goofy revive in 80 and 60 seconds respectively. Different Keyblades were changed. Fairy Harp got a times 0.5 crit bonus and a crit rate of 2? I don't know what that means. Anyways, staff changes, shield changes, accessory changes, ability changes. The new optional boss, Unknown, appears at the Castle Chapel in Hollow Bastion if the party reaches the final rest. New Heartless were added to the game. The Sneak Army. Huh. Interesting. Several new cutscenes and text box conversations were added to the game. Prior to fighting the Unknown, he is shown walking into the room and speaking to Sora cryptically and non-vocally. Sora's and Goofy's voice lines in the scene are recycled from the original games. A new secret ending, another story, or another side, another story deep dive. So I think it's just some extra scenes in that. Let's see. A bunch of changes with Olympus Coliseum and the rewards you get. Some Agrabah changes. The Red Trinity at Oogie's Manor in Halloween Town is now accessible even after the manor is destroyed. In the original game, if the Trinity was not collected prior to this point in the story, it would be permanently inaccessible. Fuck you when you're collecting. Eat shit. Yeah, and then just some other character changes. Starting AP is apparently different. Revive times are a little different for certain partners. But yeah, all in all, fucking good changes. Genuinely the definitive edition of Kingdom Hearts 1. And I don't, like, if there is a final mix for a Kingdom Hearts game, you play the final mix. You don't play the original. Which is why I'm looking forward to KH3 Remind, because I hope it's the same for that. I hope it's just genuine improvements. Because that game could kind of use them. Anyways, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1. Very good game. Very solid game. Still fun, still good. Still fan. Even if there were some bits that were frustrating in the moment. You know, you keep trying, you get through them. You win the video game. Simple as that. But yeah, all in all, very good game. I think I give 9 out of 10. Good game. I like it. And with that, having listened to the Olympus Coliseum theme for entirely too long, which I've kind of just been tuning it out so that I don't go fucking crazy. With that, thank you to everyone who stopped by. Really appreciate it. Next time when it's just me, we do it all again, but on beginner. But I didn't realize that was covering chat. One moment. There we go. No, Kyoko. I will not get sleep. Not for several more hours. What was I saying? Yeah, next time we do Kingdom Hearts 1 again. But on beginner, we don't change equipment, and we beat the game in 15 hours. To get the last 3 achievements of Kingdom Hearts 1, I believe. Let me just go check the list. Level Master complete. Beat the game on beginner, regular, and proud. Yeah, so we are down to just clear the game without changing equipment, clear the game without using a continue, and defeat the World of Chaos and the End of the World within 15 hours. I'm gonna have to look into what's optimal, what's optional, and what the general strat is for doing that stupid shit. Yeah, that'll be it for now. Thank you once again to everyone who stopped by. Hope you have a good one, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye. Have a good night, Kyoko.